Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. It's that time. Yeah, man. I just love this. I love it. Shout out to Ron Oliver. And Ron, I need you to hook up my buddy, Game Time Brian. He's looking for a nice beat like this, man. This is incredible. I'm still working here on my studio set. We're getting it all together. Welcome to the Red Brick House and welcome to Thirsty Thursday, because you know what it is tonight. We've got the Eagles versus the Minnesota Vikings in prime time Thursday night. And I will say that the Eagles fan base are getting a little salty because, you know, I literally have an Eagles fan who emails me. It's crazy enough that you cuss me out on my videos and stuff and tell me things, but to take time out to actually compose emails just to go ahead and vent your frustration. Wow. You know, what's funny is I was always taught old school wise, you know, don't dish it out if you can't take it. Don't be over there talking smack to somebody else when they're down if you can't man up when your shit's down. You just better not play the game. And a real easy cure for you guys is just don't watch Marcos. But see, I bet you can't stop watching the Joe Boo Sports Report. It's okay. It's okay. We understand. It's different than anything else you got out there. But be that as it may, it is Thursday. The Eagles are playing shorthanded. Their defense, their vaulted defense that, you know, Philly 500 said, you know, you're not going to be able to do anything against them. Jalen Carter looks good, could be rookie of the year and things. But everybody else, so far against the New England Patriots, letting Mac Jones get 3 touchdown passes and have a 91 rating, that's not all world. What's going to happen when you play some good quarterback? Some good quarterback. I'm just asking for a friend. Now, for us, the good news is Tyron Smith was listed on the injury report with his ankle, full participant practice. He is good. Tyler Smith is working his way back. He is close, is trying to get back out on the field this week. Brandon Cooks has a chance. He's hurt his ankle a little bit in the game, but I think he will be in there. Donovan Wilson, who is about ready to make his debut, he's getting close. So all of a sudden, the Cowboys are getting really, really healthy for week number 2. And let's hope, knock on the plastic table, that it stays that way, because we definitely need our guys healthy. So, interesting thing. Things are feeling a little bit better here in Dallas, even though Dak Prescott, it's funny, Dak Prescott, people talked about how bad Dak Prescott was in a 40-0 blowout. They talked about Dak more than they did Josh Allen having 4 turnovers and losing the game. A game that they should have destroyed the Jets without Aaron Rodgers. But be that as it may, Stephon Diggs is beginning to become a problem for the Buffalo Bills. By that I mean, we already know there was issues last summer. Okay, at the end of the season when Josh Allen, you know, coughed up the ball, they scored 10 points, you already had Stephon doing this. We had Stephon, who was told to leave practice by the coach and supposedly work things out with Josh Allen. Well, during the game, when Josh Allen kept throwing interceptions, he kept going, be smart, be smart. And so Michael Irvin and others have kind of said, you know, Stephon, the last thing you need to do is get into the quarterback's head, okay? You need to go ahead and just like chill with that. And, you know, he understands. He knows he's got to be smarter with the ball. He doesn't need you to tell him that. So this is what Michael Irvin said. Well, actually, before we get to that, we had a reporter get caught on a hot mic basically saying Stephon would say F you to anybody. and had to apologize. So the Bills reporter had the bad hot mic moment with Stephon, and turns out to be the official team reporter. I want to take ownership for what I said today. I am very sorry for what I said and meant no ill will. I respect the hell out of Stephon Diggs, and he's been one of my favorite players to cover. He has great character and treats his media with a lot of respect. But it's like, I thought you just said he says, fuck you. I'm sorry, excuse me, like, F you. He takes time out of his day to talk to us, which he doesn't have to do. For context, the media was waiting for players to come out for the press conference when reportedly jokingly told me to go get Stephon Diggs. I said I don't have control over him. Steph marches to the beat of his own drum, and I love that about him. He has a playful relationship with our video department, so that's why I said I probably wouldn't say yes to me grabbing him for an interview. I should not have said what I said, and I apologize for that. Steph is not in the wrong. I am. Okay, the fact that it's in the news is a problem. So Michael Irvin, after the loss, they actually were talking about how bad Josh Allen played, which we all know. He played bad. He played ass. And Michael Irvin was basically saying and putting it in the context of, if I did that with Troy Aikman, he would, punch me in the throat, so to speak. And that, Stephon, you don't need to go through and tell him to be smart, because that's what Stephon, look, dude, be smart. There's every camera in the world. And, that's now questioning and causing more of a rift, okay? So this is what Michael Irvin had said, and hopefully it may get copyrighted and it may have to get cut out.
That you were the reason again. But now, I'm going to tell you guys something. It was 15 to 17 kids, right? 15 to 17. I remember I got my first bicycle. What are you talking about? I got my first bicycle. It was the bicycle that my cousin Joe Jr. had down the street for 5 years. But it was a different color bicycle. I thought it was his bicycle, and they were just giving me his bicycle, but they had painted it. But John's bike had some rust in this one spot, and they just painted over the rust. You see, and I knew sooner or later I'm riding that bike. We were in the rain, and that rust came back. I knew it wasn't no new bike. They lied to me. They lied. I was just a kid. They lied to me. Yeah. But I didn't care. I had nothing. I was happy. I knew, and this is why I took the Buffalo Bills out of the playoffs. I knew something had been going on in Buffalo. Yeah. And whatever they did, you can't paint over that rust. No. To get rid of that rust, you gotta sand it down, then paint it. See, my people that know that, they thought they could just fool me. They painted over the rust. They thought they could just paint over the rust. We're fine, everything's cool with Diggs. When he threw them balls down there, them deep balls, I said, there's something going on. Yeah. Now he's trying to satisfy Diggs because there's no way he should have thrown the balls. And another problem I have with Diggs and his head coach, because I know darn well Troy Aikman will bust me in the mouth every time I'm seeing, cameras on you all day. I keep seeing Diggs in the head coach. Look at the quarterback scene. Stop telling that man, be smart, be smart, be smart, because you're telling everybody else, he's dumb, he's dumb, he's dumb. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Yeah. Troy would call me in a room and hit me in my mouth, and I would say, thank you, Troy, you're right, you should have done that. Stop doing that to this man. Stop messing with his confidence. Let's just go quietly and say, hey, keep making smart plays. Stop letting the world see by doing that. I'm just saying, I had an issue with that.
Playmaker. These are human beings, playmaker, and he keep doing this, Diggs gonna find himself a new home and a new quarterback because he is making these kind of decisions. Diggs already talked about it in the offseason. There were rumbles, there were whispers about him being unhappy.
I understand that, Sharon. But right now, he is our quarterback. He must lead us. And I don't want you telling the whole world that he is not me. I want you to go talk to him in a better way and handle that differently. I don't want you saying that to the whole world. I need him more than anybody. I need his head in the right place more than anybody.
There you go.
I can't have you doing that. I'm going to have to say something to you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you got the playmaker trying to give the man some advice. So then you end up having Diggs now responding. See, Diggs is losing it. I get it, but it was 40 years ago when you, as in Irvin, were running routes. I respect the OGs, but I feel like, damn, some stuff is worth conversation and other stuff it's like, all right, old man. Whoo. You know, it's beginning to be apparent that the days for Stephon Diggs being in Buffalo are definitely numbered, because now this is one of those things that's going to snowball downhill. This is one of those things that, it's either Josh Allen or Stephon. And the worry with Stephon is he wanted out of Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. And this may end up being one of those cases where he's never really satisfied, or there's something else that's really going on in here that just is not going to work. But the more you have him letting Michael Irvin get under the skin, this reminds me of Taco Charlton. See, this is to put it in context. When Charles Haley questioned Taco Charlton's football IQ and desire, instead of Taco looking and saying, well, this is a guy who's got 101 sacks, who's a Hall of Famer, has 5 Super Bowls, maybe he might know something that can help me be a better player. Instead, he basically brushed it off like, who's this fool? And see, this is where you're better off listening to people who have been there to help you with your situation. There's nothing that Stephon can say to Josh Allen to fix Josh Allen. Josh Allen has to fix Josh Allen right now. For whatever reason, Josh Allen is going above and beyond trying to be what you should be doing. He keeps just launching all these deep passes like he's trying to prove something to everybody. And what he's proving is he's screwing up the games. And watching him run, where he's taking all these shots and jumping over people, dude, this is the pro. This is the NFL. You can't do this stuff for long. You got this, thing, well, he's a great runner, he's a great athlete and everything else. You're a turnover machine, and you got to stop that. So we'll see where all this goes. It's getting interesting, to say the least. I don't know if this is a situation where the Buffalo Bills maybe need to cut their losses and move on from him. I don't know if this devalues him a little bit, but, of course, Buffalo would want high compensation for him. But definitely something going on in Buffalo. Something's definitely going on in Buffalo. Sorry, good people. I got to go over here and mud up some walls and do some work and things. And I'm going to be back here working at the Red Brick House. We'll be live streaming tonight up in here. And I hope you guys join us, because we are going to have a ball. And I will see you soon. I got to get up and turn off the camera, okay? It's broke-ass media.